Adventures in Filbar for all your role-playing needs.
Kyle, relax.
Live, Kyle?
Hey, everybody, welcome to Murder Hobo Inc. We are playing CRED tonight. It has been a little while, and I just wanted to say I've missed you. Not you, but the rest of you. None of the players here. I didn't miss any of them.
Oh, sure.
Because they just cause my life nothing but sorrow and misery. But the fans out there who listen to me scream at them every other Thursday, I've missed you so much. I enjoyed my delicious Cthulian turkey and all the wonderful things like that. It's been a while, and I have to go through my spiel real quick. And can I remember it? Follow us on Twitch, follow us on Twitter, take a look at our YouTube archives.
Not on Twitch.
Also, we're not on Twitch anymore. We're on YouTube only because screw you, Twitch. I have a Twitch in my pants for Twitch.
What?
Anyway, buy some really cool merchandise at threadbare.com. Threadless, where the shirts are so wonderful, especially if you get the Cthulian, the CRED ones. You will wear those until they are threadbare and until the nipples come through on your shirt. That's why I have to wear the sweater. I did try to wear my CRED shirt, but Frank was, no, we can't show that on YouTube. What do you think they are? Twitch, and so on and so forth.
Can't show nipples on Twitch.
Can't show nipples on YouTube, and I can't eat a banana while I show my nipples with a volcano between them and Cthulhu rising out from the center there. I would also tell you, hey, if you like this podcast, you can go over to Podbean. But guys, you didn't support us on Podbean, and Podbean no longer has our podcast there. So you are stuck YouTube. Want to listen to us but not look at us? Get YouTube Premium. You also don't have to worry about those pesky commercials. Whether it's worth it or not is the question, though.
You're totally worth it.
Well, I'm totally.
I have YouTube Premium, just so I can close YouTube and listen to things.
That is what I used to do, and then I decided not to do that, save a little bit of money, and I regret it so much because I'm just constantly like, oh, no, phone, turn on. No, get plugged in. And it's, I'm probably going back. I'm just going to admit that right now. We have sponsors, people. We still have, despite everything that happened. I know. What are they thinking? Pirate Dog Dice. Are you rolling like crap? Pirate Dog Dice will make you a dice made out of dog crap. Or they'll make one out of penises. They've done that before. They'll also make some out of music. What? You didn't see the penis die?
I don't think they're made out of real penises.
Oh, well, that's the thing.
My music dice did actually have music in it, though.
And the penis dice have penises in them.
Little fake ones.
No, it's a little awkward. But as long as no one looks closely at the die, no one actually recognizes it. And especially when you roll a natural one with that dog poop die and things get stinky. Let me introduce you to the other sponsor, Oddfish Games, and their adventure sense. You want to cover up that natural one with some lovely putrid sewers. I definitely grabbed the wrong one on this one here. We're going to put that back. It's Fine. Adventure sense, bring into that 4D dimensional adventuring. D&D and D&D. Dungeons and Dragons and Dick Dice and I don't know. Guys, I'm sorry to say, it's quite true. I have lost my damn mind since the last time, and it's clearly showing right now. But the one way that you can possibly help me right now is to go over to Oddfish Game, buy their acid test, buy their How to RPG with Your Cat. Check out the new Kickstarter of theirs, the Carol Anytime Now.
Wait, they have a new Kickstarter? Are you talking about the Radiant engine that ended?
The Radiant engine that ends.
It ended. It's already done.
A while ago.
It was a while ago because we've been how many weeks? Are we 6 weeks since we last?
It may be a month and a half. It could be closer to 2 months, to be honest.
Well,
I know it's probably closer to that for.
It's when life
Ernie,
gets
has it been more like 3 months for you?
Yeah, I think it's been a while. I don't know what's going on. I'm ready to start a new character in this Cthulhu world that you've created. I remember the Cthulhu world. Not much about what Riley's doing, though.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm joking about new character. I totally love Riley, but I'm just saying, I already know that he's kind of on the outs.
Well, I still have his back. Maybe.
No, you don't. You're
I
stuck
may
in
be
an alley all
dead.
by yourself. You
Yeah,
have
I may
all
be-
separated.
I may be fucking dead. That may be what happens, and I won't have his back.
All right. Well, just
Let's-
before there, some quick. Well, we'll just talk about Murder HoboCon.
Yeah.
Cubed. Squared. Cubed. Murder Con Cubed is February the 11th. Tickets will be going on sale in the future, so pay attention to that. And
Events
that's
are
all
already
I have
up.
to say.
There are already events.
There are already events. You could sign up. You could get ready. I might decide to participate this year.
You should.
We'll see.
It was fun.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to participate in some capacity, probably a mini painting capacity.
Mm-hmm. All right. And finally, turning it a little bit more PG, let's go ahead and have you guys introduce yourselves while I deal with a monster. Starting with Carol. Carol, introduce yourself, your character, and tell us a little bit about what you last remember.
Oh boy, I do remember. Hi everyone, my name is Carol. I'm a longtime gamer, occasional GM, and commissioned mini painter. I have a Twitch channel under Muses_Touch because I haven't been kicked off of there yet. Let's see. First of all, I want to make an announcement that a week from this Saturday on December 17th, I'm going to be back in the GM chair as the occasional GM, and I'll be running another installment of my Christmas series. This year's special is going to be inspired by the Charlie Brown Christmas special. We're going to see how we can warp something that's totally pure and wholesome. Yep. So that's on the 17th at 8 p.m. right here on this channel. The same crazy cast will be back playing the goblins, and I can't wait. So there's that. Let's see. Oh, I guess that's all left is this. So on this game, I play Anja Yeager, my somewhat crazy half-elven ranger barbarian. Maybe someday Frank will fix the freaking nameplate to put barbarian on there. Let's see. What do I remember? I remember I was sneaking through a town where everybody either wants to kill me or use me in some capacity to bring about probably summon some great older one. And I basically got nabbed on my way out by the bartender who knew who I was before I introduced myself. So there's that. I'm half scared and I'm half excited as fuck to play this. Why I said I'm on that tightrope between disaster and triumph, and I love living in the zone. I may not live long, but hey.
So
Okay.
did I leave Carol to
Yes, you
introduce
did.
herself and her character?
Yeah, but I
And
also
then-
I made an announcement.
Oh, you made an announcement.
Yes,
Okay.
I made an announcement about the game, about the Goblin game, the Christmas game.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to make sure, yeah. So no, I've talked about that. I said I'm on Twitch under blah blah blah.
Okay. I was going to say, wow,
No,
you spent that
no,
entire time talking,
No.
Carol?
Yes, I did.
Yes, you did.
But I did want to talk about the game.
All right. And Ernie, why don't you introduce yourself and what you last remember?
Oh yeah. So I'm Riley, and the last thing Riley remembers is he lost all of his powers and his mutations and went into a state of shock. And then everything else after that was kind of a blur. It was like he wasn't even in control of his own body. He was just traumatized in a fugue state. You're muted, Kyle.
I am absolutely muted, and that was completely and utterly intentional, because that is what I do. I intentionally mute myself for the humor.
Sure.
That is all.
Oh, that's not creepy.
Oh, I try not to be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Riley, we start with you.
Okay.
I figured.
No.
So Riley comes too. What is Riley
start with
experiencing?
Riley, please. Actually, start with
All
Riley.
right. First, just kind of a recap. It's been a little while.
It has been.
Guys were tasked with going into the city of Farzine. You were going to grab some shipwright tools. You were successful, at least. At the moment, one of you is in possession of the shipwright tools.
No. The skeleton has shipwright tools.
Oh, that's right.
I have the blacksmith tools.
The blacksmith tools. As well as doing a little bit of scouting, you ran into Jeremiah, aka now going by Xandru.
Oh yeah, Psycho Barbarian.
Psycho Barbarian, who is desperately in search of Cleo, a member of the party when you first arrived onto the island. You guys joined forces, traced back her scent, not creepy at all, to the inn that she was staying at.
Albatross or whatever.
Albatross, correct. Now, I'm glad you have
wow, that's good.
That's one memory Riley still has.
For now.
I think he's not going to have any memory when he comes back.
You go to the Albatross, you begin searching rooms, you find you head to the Albatross. That is when Riley goes into connection with his patron and finds out that the item that he was supposedly supposed to recover for Ubo Sothla is empty. And he has revoked, it has revoked all privileges to Riley and has transformed him back to his tweeny half-elf self. All books, no scales.
Can I also ask if it gave me more information on the item I'm supposed to retrieve?
You were told to get the book. You brought the cover. You needed to bring the book.
Fortunately, I haven't deciphered that yet.
Wandolfin's Ledger is the book that you were looking for.
Ledger.
Mm-hmm. Or rather, Wandolfin is the book that you were looking for. You only managed to retrieve his cover. And the librarians do not like it when you only return the cover of a book and not the whole thing. It turns out, strangely enough, who knew? So you are traveling through the city with none of your normal abilities, save for your cantrips and I believe you still have access to your invocations. You do not have access to any of your spells, any of your other abilities.
All right, I have my cantrips, which means I'm a full-powered Eldritch Blast Warlock.
There you go.
It's not really that much different than most warlocks, anyways.
Except since I don't have my mutation, I have like AC class 12 or something. Whatever the base AC class is, because I have no armor other than my mutation.
That's rough.
All right.
Oh, now I really am the tank.
You are the tank.
Oh, shit.
You guys get to the Albatross. Following the scent, you find a secret room. A room that is completely round with no corners, with two pedestals. One holding a book, torn up scraps of paper, really, and the other holding what kind of looks like a pillowcase for holding an item. You can see the dust around the area, and unless you were to actually look at it closer, whatever the object that was there is now gone. Opening the door, however, unleashed two Hound of Tyndalos, two corner hounds, as we have been calling them here, because corner hound sounds cool. And
have
hip.
we been calling that
hip.
here?
Look, when you deal with corner hounds, it's hip to be a square. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
The party was completely ravaged by these two beasts. However, they were lucky enough to defeat them while Riley tucked himself away in the room with the book, doing Lord knows what.
Rubbing my tablet all over it.
Oh,
Probably.
God. Yeah, but
You don't have the tablet.
The tablet disappeared.
The tablet is gone.
Hey,
oh, yeah.
wait.
I guess I'll do it the old-fashioned way, rubbing my eyes all over it.
Wait, the tablet was causing those lost memories, right? Did he get them back?
No.
Damn.
Hey, DM, can something nice happen to this character?
No.
Have to ask.
No. Inconceivable. Jeremiah Xandru, having lost his control during the fight, flees the battle, while Merrick Missmeadow, our last PC who has decided to leave the campaign for personal reasons, miss you so much, Jacob, has run off after him to make sure that at the very least Jeremiah is not going to be able to spill the beans. Take that however you please. That leaves Mr. Knight, one skeleton, and Anja, who decide to go after the objectives, the blacksmith tools, the shipwright tools, meet back at the inn, and then proceed to make their way back to the refugee camp. They are unable to find Riley as they open up the room, and he is not there. Mr. Knight, while attempting to sneak through the city, is found, shot, skinned, and a reward is collected. Turns out if you set cats upon the city, they'll do something about it. Anja, while waiting patiently for Mr. Knight to return, determined that he was not coming back and tried to sneak out of the city as quickly and as directly as possible, landing in the matchstick light of one Zachariah of Kava's Respite. But no one cares about what's happening to her. Riley has been missing for quite a while now.
Yeah, I want to know what's going on with Riley, to be honest, and to build the anticipation.
Riley wants to know what's going on with Riley.
Yeah, I want to know.
So as these giant horse-sized hounds are launching themselves at the skeletons, at Jeremiah, teleporting out of the corners, tendrils lashing out. Riley, while everyone's head is turned, sneaks into the secret room, closes the door behind him, trapping himself in the moment in a perfectly round room with no corners, safe from the interference outside, at least for the time being. And you stand in the room. There is a disheveled pile of papers about yay thick. And as I said, there is a second pedestal in there with a missing object from it. I assume you approach the book.
I am compelled to go to the book.
You're compelled to go to the book. And as you approach it, dark purple stained eldritch symbols surrounding the page begin to glow and light up. It's a book, though. What's the worst thing that could possibly happen? And as you reach out for it, you feel pressure building in your mind as if your brain is being squeezed in a vice. And the pressure is gone. And you can grab the book. And as you do so, a droplet of blood falls down onto the page from your nose. Opening up the book, you see mad scribblings.
Can I read them?
Yes. I'm sorry. I have to think about this for half a second.
So, one thing is it in a language I understand? And secondly, if it's in a language I don't understand, does my ability still come into play? My eyes, the runekeeper, or whatever that lets me read all languages.
Yes, you are capable of reading everything in this book.
Okay.
It is quite haphazard, whereas your tome, while that was confusing to read, you always had this kind of innate understanding where to bend, crack this stone, where to rotate it in a certain way to read it. You don't have that with this particular book. It's mad scribbles, ledger lines. At some points, you even have to try and fold a piece of paper over itself in order to try and understand what's going on. Give me an Arcana check.
Alrighty.
I'll also take Yogg Sothothry if you want to go that direction.
I rolled Arcana and got nat 20 for 26.
26. Yeah, it's still an incredibly difficult book to read. But no, there is some of this flavor, some of this style of the stone tablet. Fold a paper here, turn a corner there. Even at one point, you find yourself ripping a page in two just to read it a little bit better. And it is the mad scribblings of Wandolfin.
Oh.
And you're reading it, and it tells information about Farzine, the island, and the volcano Kaza. Reading how it was somewhat a peaceful place, if a little dangerous due to the active volcano, the goddess inside the volcano demanding worship, praise, in order to prevent and protect the people on the island from being burnt in her flame, in her fire, in her light. It tells of Mu, the legendary, the mythical Atlantis of the world, a civilization so far advanced and yet beholden to its own volcano, and of a terrible creature that would petrify and freeze the souls in the bodies that they contained in them, leaving them alive to madden over time. Of the rise of a cult who discovered they didn't have to worship such a primordial being, of discovering a way to prevent its gaze, and failing, the hero failing and freezing, but the island turning its back on the primordial being, and it's sinking the island, the civilization, under the water, into the deep, to rise no more. And it comes back to Wandolfin being on the island when the change happened, when the usurper came and unseated the goddess from her throne, and of the cult of Fetnathoa, of an army of mercenaries, of ghouls, tearing into the island, burning knowledge of secret clans, torturing, poisoning, assassinating, turning the people on themselves, and then in turn themselves being slaughtered. And it begins talking of Ubo Sothla, gathering all this information thought to be lost for Ubo Sothla. From it we come, to it we return. From it we come, to it we return. The mad scribblings getting crazier and harder to follow still. More pages are being torn. At some point, instinctually, you cut yourself on the book and bleed onto it, revealing more words of Wandolfin losing time, losing memory, looking for answers in the dreamlands. It tells of him witnessing a city being ransacked underneath a red star, of rangers going out fighting off these creatures, unbeknownst to them, while this city is being ransacked behind them. It mentions dragons creatures that have not been seen in millennia, rising, bound to evil and corruption, used of ancient beings rising from the waters, summoning their god. If they found a key, they needed a key. They need a key. From it we come, from it we return. A key to escape, to find the memories. In the dreamlands, there's a place in the dreamlands. From it we come, from it we return. But we don't want to return. No, the dragons, the heroes, they will stop the creatures. From it we come, from it we return. They'll send more. They'll send more glasses. They'll send more to come and find this if I find a way. From it we come, from it we return. First, a celestial comes walking into this room, grabs a key, teleports out of here, and now a servant of Ubo Sathla. You are not bound to him anymore. Not as deeply as you were. Or else you wouldn't be able to read this book.
Is there someone else in the room with me, or is the book talking to me now?
The book appears to be talking to you.
Oh, like, are the words just appearing before me, or?
The words are appearing before you, and there is a voice, almost like as you read a book and you give the characters voices. Riley is giving this character a voice, and you realize, though, it's not wholly your decision what this voice sounds like, as it's somewhat a haughty, fairly educated, stilted way of talking.
Well, I went from a tombstone tome to now a sentient book. I'm cool with that. It's an upgrade. Wow. I wonder if they'll understand me if I just talk back.
I can understand you.
Oh, read my mind too. All right.
You
I
no
don't even know what
longer
to ask.
serve Ubo Sothla, is that correct?
Not of my choice. I guess I failed.
You failed. And you would still worship this being who wishes to destroy you?
How do you know that Ubo wishes to destroy me?
Ubo destroys everything it touches. It has tried to destroy me. And were it not for our quick thinking, we would have been lost, returned.
And why don't you want to go back?
I don't want to die.
But you're a book. How could you die?
I am not a book. I am Ego. I am Wandolphin.
All right. There's a lot for Riley to process right now.
And so, we go to a different part of the city, slightly in the future.
Yeah, shit, that's awesome.
As Anja is sneaking through a dark street, her surroundings are lit up by a matchstick. And the broad smile of one Zachariah. Well, Miss Anya Yeager, awful fortuitous that you happen to be coming by tonight. You are worth a lot of money these days.
Are you planning on trying to collect?
That all depends on how this evening and this conversation goes. Now, before you do anything brash,
I'm not going to. Unless you give me a reason to. Her hands are not near her weapons. She'll kind of not do this, but she'll kind of put them up.
go ahead and give me a perception roll, please.
Oh my, that one. That's a great start. Fortunately, it's a skill, but still, it's going to be shit. That's a 6.
A 6.
New dice and still can't roll shit.
Yeah.
Frickin'.
You assessing the situation.
I'm a little distracted
You're a little distracted, certainly.
at the moment.
For one, there are more guards patrolling the street. Lights are coming. Zachariah is alone currently.
Right. Or appears to be.
It appears to be at the moment. Miss Anya Yeager, it appears that you have kicked up a hornet's nest. And if we stand out here to pontificate your situation, my sudden fortune, I imagine I will have that fortune taken from me.
Agreed. Where do you want to go?
Step inside, please.
One thing I want to point out, I don't know if that's what the perception check was for, but since a certain cat threw it in my head that actually I am physically traveling to the Dreamlands, I'm going to start, how do I put this way? I'm going to look for a door, but I'm not going to look for a door. I'm going to see if, because it's clearly some sort of instinctual thing. It's not something I'm physically doing. It's something that's happening. So I want to see if I will feel drawn to maybe somewhere while I'm doing this whole thing. Because I feel like that might be the best escape out of this whole situation. But I will go inside with him.
Sure.
I am actually very intrigued by this bartender for obvious reasons. And one look at her, you know she's not up for a fight. I mean, her shoulder is still fucked up from where Jeremiah buried his axe into it. Yeah, that was fun. Hey, crit hits matter, you know?
Just a little bit.
So, yeah, I imagine, I forget what shoulder it was, but let's say right,
Sure.
whatever it is.
Go ahead and give me a charisma check.
Oh boy. All right, come on. Okay, that's better. It's a double-digit number. Hey, how about that? My charisma is not great. Just a charisma, not persuasion or anything.
Charisma.
Okay, that's 13. Lucky. Hopefully lucky 13.
Yeah, you try and focus
Oh.
in on yourself, trying to connect to that place that allows you to go into the Dreamlands. And you feel this connection click.
Damn it.
As Zachariah pushes you from behind.
Oh,
Quick standing around, girl. Get inside quickly.
I'm gonna go, but do I feel where that connection is? Is it inside?
It's inside,
I mean,
but it breaks as
Does Anja
Shit.
freak out when Zachariah touches
yeah,
her?
does he actually touch her? Or can I dodge that?
I think you can dodge out of it. Well,
Okay.
let's see. You know what? This is a game of dice. I have not pulled out a single dice in quite a while. Let's give
Yeah.
ourselves a nice old
You're making a hit roll?
18. So it's
You-
more his voice as he is shouting.
An 18 connects, by the way.
Oh no, this is a D100 roll.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. I'm not sure if that's good for me or bad for me, but okay. I guess it's good for me.
It's good for you.
Okay, great. I go in.
Okay. As you enter in, there are curtains over all of the windows. The door has, or rather, a door has been installed. And you walk in, and the room is, for one, full.
Full of.
You see two large two large scaly creatures. They do not have legs, but rather long tails. They look somewhat
Naga?
identical. Huh?
A Naga?
Well, let me finish.
The
here.
dragons.
Okay.
The dragons.
You know, I was thinking, I remember supplying a room, or one of the rooms I supplied was dragons were returning. And I went, oh no.
Yeah, and then the book told me about the dragons returning as well.
Oh, shit. I didn't realize that might
I was
work.
thinking, oh man, we got a Dragonlance Cthulhu now.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
And the Kender comes by and just proceeds to rob you of everything.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Then you know what? Don't tell our other player that, because then Mr. Knight will never come back, and there'll be a Kender in its place.
And there's an even more edgelord Lord Soth.
Oh my god! All right. Anyways, I'm like excited here. So
this long
Where was he
tail, almost like an eel, but covered in these hardened scales.
oh god.
About halfway up, it transforms into this upper torso of these two identical creatures. No nose, no visible mouth, 4 eyes. One appears to have 3 arms. The other has 2 arms.
Okay. Do I have? Go ahead.
Appear to be outfitted quite primitively. It looks like coral weapons, seaweed bags, although they are not wet at the moment. They are currently carrying and dicing up fish into about a sardine-sized bites. Another creature. This one also quite similar looking to Zachariah. Horns, hooves, curly hair, a smile way too wide with pointed teeth. Leaning on a chair, 2 legs in the air, while picking at her many teeth with a cruel-looking blade that is hanging from her tail. Small, diminutive size. And finally, the majority of the inhabitants are cats. There appears to be maybe 8 or 9 cats freely roaming around the floors, eating fish that is being offered to them, speaking to one another, playing. Every once in a while, a cat will go out through a hole in the wall.
I understand cat.
No, you understand a cat.
Okay, I thought that was a language.
No, you have to develop a bond with a specific cat.
With a specific cat.
I'm sorry, I thought the way it was presented it was a specific language. Okay, yeah, fair.
Not quite. You might be able to kind of catch an idea, but depending on the cat, you could be absolutely wrong.
That's
along one wall, however, is a row of cages. Inside most of them, about 15 of them, are more cats. And these are being fed with fish poking through the holes.
I just look at him. What's his name again? Zach. I want to call him Zachariah. All right, yeah, it's close to Zachariah. Zachariah. I just look at Zachariah like, what? I have no idea what's going on here, and I'm sure I want to know what's going on, but I think I'm going to find out. I just look at him like, what have I just walked into?
You've been gone for quite some time. And it seems ever since the cult of Fet have taken over the city, along with the colonizing Arul-Katan soldiers, Commander Colwell and all of that, seems the cats around these areas have started acting up and are now worth a pretty penny.
Are you protecting them?
For a small fee, of course.
From whom? I mean,
from themselves. Cats, they are often duplicitous in nature, as well as
they're
frivolous, in my opinion, but they are small, they have ears, and you take the time to learn their language, and they hear all sorts of things.
You're not wrong.
Mm-hmm. Such as, a mad paladin running around the city with a little halfling chasing after him.
There's the little halfling right there. Oh,
in just a bit, buddy. Okay.
Aw. Do you need to go deal with that?
They talk of a skeleton roaming around the city with a very powerful artifact.
So what do you want? What are you looking for from me? And who are you anyways? Call this curiosity.
I'm simply Zachariah.
You aren't
tourist,
simply
owner of the Caver's Respite.
You aren't simply anything. You're a lot more complicated than you put yourself out as, I imagine. I know you explained how it is you knew who I was before there was any introduction, but I'm not really sure I believe that.
Miss Yeager, your curiosity is certainly rising deep from within yourself, just bubbling up.
It is. You're an interesting being.
I'm a person, thank you very much.
Person. I'm not sure. Sorry. I mean, he's got what, horns and such?
He does.
Okay. I see. I said I'm not sure. You're interesting. So 1,000 pardons. How did you know who I was, really?
The same way I know everything, Miss Yeager. I have friends in
Cats.
high places. I have friends in low places. I have friends in wet places. And what they tell me, I find. There's slamming on the door, and they stop for a second. Open up. We need to speak to Zachariah. Oh. Give me 1 second, Ms. Yeager. I must communicate with these fine gentlemen.
I assume I can go somewhere where I won't be seen? Are we in the front room, or is this only one room or something?
At the moment, this is just one room.
At the moment, I like that.
At the moment, yes. The curtains are drawn. There's an actual solid door in place. While this was once a kind of open air concept, it has been closed off. In a way that's not completely and utterly unnatural either. Although it is quite strange from having these giant bay windows to now having these smaller windows with a curtain over them. Excuse me 1 moment, Miss Yeager. Franza, make sure we have some gifts ready if need be. If they don't want to talk, they can meet their fates. And he proceeds to walk outside. Gentlemen, how may I help you? And closes the door behind himself.
I'm going to try to listen.
Go ahead and give me a perception.
Oh, there we go. There we go. 18 plus perception, 23.
23. Pretty clearly. Zachariah, we have encountered a skeleton walking around in the cities. Do you happen to know anything about this? Gentlemen, I just tend to bar. What would I know anything about this? Done playing games. Now hold on here. Let me ask some people inside and let me see if I can find out what might be going on here. And I happen to run across a few more bounties if you happen to be interested in them. Of course. Zachariah comes in again, closes the door behind him. As Fanzu, this giant sea serpent-like creature with a humanoid upper body and the 3 arms, is proceeding to go to cages, purring, and the cats are hissing at him angrily as he opens up the cages, pulls out the cats.
God damn it.
And proceeds to go over and wait by the door.
I don't look happy about this, but I'm under no circumstances can I really do much of anything, and I know it.
I can't believe you're letting this happen.
I
feel like the younger you would have stopped them no matter what. Like the session 2 you would have stopped them.
Session 2 me probably had.
Honestly, I think session 20 you would have
this world has worn you down, Anja.
Okay, so here's the status report. I have 30 hit points and no rages. How well do you think that's gonna go with a bunch of people outside? I gotta be smart about it too. And as much as I hate this with a passion, and anybody looking at it can tell that this actually hurts.
Remember
Because
before
her
we even
friend
got to
is missing.
Farzine, we went out of our way to save a little orphan boy.
That's a little orphan boy. These are cats. It's a little
Oh, these are
different.
cats, just like our party member.
Right, exactly. No, you can clearly, anybody who's looking at it can clearly see this bothers her greatly. But she's frustrated. I mean, I could try to it doesn't matter. I could try to steal one away and hide it, but that's not gonna do shit. And if it keeps Zachariah safe and me safe at the moment, that's what I gotta do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like it though.
Zachariah comes in.
Zachariah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna butcher his name like you butcher mine.
Oh, that's fine. I don't mind.
I mean, it's almost like you two have similar names with the
Exactly
John
right.
at the end.
With the John.
Like somehow
Like
there's a
it was
connection
planned
there.
out. Zachariah comes in. Not intending on changing the minds, huh?
What do you
Creature
mean?
shakes its head. Oh, he's not talking to you. He's talking
Oh,
to
okay.
who appears to be Fonza, this giant sea serpent-like creature. Don't intend on changing their minds? For shame. Go ahead. And he turns over to this other satyr-looking creature. Pina, who is still left in the city who lives next to the cemetery? See as she kind of shuffles through some notes. The Vardis are still here in the city, and they appear to be the closest ones. However, there's also the Treelands and the Fairvix who are also nearby, but the Vardis are the closest. Excellent, thank you. She's the widowed woman, right? Good. And as he's having this conversation, Fonza snaps the necks of the cats. And thank you very much. As he takes the cats into his hand, proceeds to come out the door again, and we'll let your 23 perception continue on. Here you go. I found these ne'er-do-wells. You know, if you simply put some fish out the back. Oh, that is a great question. Hey, Anja.
Yeah.
How does your character feel about watching as 3 cats have their necks snapped in front of you while you are helpless to do anything about it?
I turn. I don't watch it.
Give me a dread saving throw, please.
Oh, I can. Well, that's pretty good actually. Wisdom is 14.
14.
It's a perfect number, so it's a good roll.
Your recent connection with Mr. Knight certainly doesn't make it any easier.
No. I turn no, and I don't look.
Turn and you don't look, but you just hear crack, crack, crack. Well, thank you very much, Fonza. Now, gentlemen, I tell you, if you simply put sardines out with a little special remedy that I have, if you are interested in purchasing some, I will be happy to supply you some. Do this, and you will catch far more cats. These 3 just came in not too long ago. Now, about this skeleton, are you aware, gentlemen, of the witch Vardis? Witch Vardis? She is an old woman rumored to have killed her husband and dug out his entrails and scattered them along the floor. She has a penchant for this dark witchery, this dark magic. And if there's a skeleton roaming around, she is almost certainly going to be able to give you more information. I tell you though, she is a tough nut to crack. She will not admit to anything unless you put a blade to her. We appreciate your help. Stay indoors. Stay with curfew. We'll be back for more. And good day evening to you, gentlemen. And with that, Zachariah comes back inside. Now, Miss Yeager, I'm sorry you had to see that, but there is a price, and those who are not willing to pay for it do not fall under the auspices of my protections. Now, you are looking quite awful, quite terrible, and I'm certain that if I'm unable to provide the protections, the care that you need, you can't pay it. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to turn you out. It appears this undead creature that Mr. Knight has summoned has riled up the guards something fierce. And I tell you, ghouls, well, they get a little bit more ferocious when the undead start walking around. No one likes their dinner to walk away from them. And I'm certain if you try to leave, you will not make it outside these city walls.
Maybe.
Certainly not.
What are you asking?
I'm just a curious gentleman, Miss Yeager.
What
My
are
friends
you?
and I have certain bets going on. We know that the refugees are gathering up their forces, although they seem ill prepared to fight one if they're sending you in the city for blacksmithing tools. You know, the shipwright has a bag of holding that probably would have aided you a lot more if you had it with you.
Mr. GM, you know she has it with her, right?
Last I checked.
I haven't. It's
Oh, was I
stuffed
nice? Did we
full.
roll and
You gave.
got it?
I got it, and it's probably around my. It's probably hanging about my waist, and it's full of blacksmith equipment. Remember, I had filled it because I didn't know what the hell I was taking.
We'll revise there a little bit, and he opens up the bag of holding and proceeds to pull something out of it.
What do you? Wait.
Yes, the
Wait, as he
refugees.
approaches, I pull away because I'm afraid he's going to touch me.
Okay.
So, what do you want?
Well, information, Miss Yeager. You are wanted by several people. And when that happens, I find things to become quite interesting. My friends and I have been searching for sufficient entertainment for quite a while. And as he says this big, huge grin comes over this face, this hungry look in his eyes at the mention of just entertainment. And we go back to Riley. Hey, Riley, how you doing?
Can I do one
I'm doing
thing?
good.
Wait. Here.
No,
No.
I gotta leave you hanging, Anja.
No.
Okay.
One thing.
Okay.
Can I make it? I want to try to make an insight check.
Yeah,
That's
sure.
all right. Ugh. I don't think that's gonna cut it, especially with this guy. That's a 10.
It's a 10.
It's a double-digit number. I'm gonna assume I can't figure out. Well, I mean, I don't know. If he's being malevolent? Like I feel like he's about to do something real bad to me. for entertainment's sake, or if he's just talking about the fact that my life is entertaining to him because I'm interesting.
I don't know, but he finds something entertaining.
Okay. That's all I wanted. Go.
All right, I guess I'm talking to this book right now, or Wendell Finn in this book right now. I'm wondering what Wendell Finn is actually doing here in this room and what Wendell Finn's goals are. So I guess I'm gonna ask questions along those lines.
We realized we were given promises to gather knowledge, and in doing so, become a part of the knowledge that Ubosathla gathers to him, to
Right.
know everything.
And I made that same pact.
Do you remember everything?
No, there've been holes in my memory lately. Is that what you mean?
Yes. We gathered information. We collected all this rare knowledge. We have lived for long times. And we ignored the fact that we couldn't remember our favorite color. We could not remember her name. There was a time we couldn't even remember our name. Something was wrong. From it we come, to it we return. We discovered that we were just an empty vessel, a sifter of brandy sent out into the world to age, to cure, and to come back, and to be drunken deeply of, turned into monsters, and then to become part of Ubosathla. It took and took from us until we were going to be no more. We couldn't have that, of course. No. There was a price for taking such a brilliant mind from the world. We would keep, we would hide, we would separate. In the dreamlands, we discovered a way to separate ourselves. It was corrupted and wanders the island. A monster made after an image of Ubosathla. I am divided from him. All his knowledge separated. The tomb. We took the information. We took it away where he would no longer be able to grab it. We protected the book. We protect the book still. I protect the book. It goes rampant, crazy around here. We will not go back. We have escaped. We have purpose. In gathering knowledge, we have found a cure. If we lose the cure, the island falls. Everyone falls. And it's a secret that is coveted quite desperately.
Will you share it with me?
If I know that you're not going back to Ubosathla,
Well,
you are clearly abandoned.
I am. I don't know how I can help, though, without any power. But I'll help where I can for the promise that I get this knowledge and my memories back.
Oh, yes, memories. That was our first step. Sometimes it's still difficult to remember things, being separated for so long. Split the crack between page 356 and 759. Flip the pages, fold them in half, tear in two, and bleed more on them.
Yeah. Sacrifice. All right, let's do it.
And as you do so, a formula begins to appear.
Ooh, a ritual? Like a ritual formula?
Like a ritual formula.
Okay.
This one appears to be just simply taking the blood, smearing it on the ground. And as you do this, Wandolfin continues to speak to you. I have been inside this chamber for quite a long time, but the gate key has always been here, and I've had sufficient time to study it. As you write this formula, we will be able to teleport to a much safer location. The Hound
Ooh.
of Tindalos came after the girl with the purple hair took the gate key. They have been trapped in this room, waiting to get out. I feared that they would never come.
When we just let them out to go after Cleo.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Having
yeah.
studied it, this should allow us to get out of here. And while the hounds of Tindalos are busy, they shouldn't follow. It's quite a good decision that you decided to come in here. You are tainted with teleportation magic. And all they do is try and find these people to tear them to shreds. I imagine if you had been in the room with them, they would tear you to shreds first.
Oh. Okay. Teleportation magic. I don't know where that came from.
Mm-hmm. And to clarify, for those viewers who may not been watching us for quite a while, Misty Step is only teleportation spell that won't kill you when you try to use it.
Okay.
And
wait, won't kill me when I try to use it?
People and
well, that would have been good to know before I chose spells. I just got lucky with Misty Step.
Are you saying it's like, because teleport, you have to you can miss targets and end up in taking damage and stuff when you land if you end up on a wall?
People who try to teleport more than 30 feet never return.
Oh,
or if they
shit.
do, show up as a bloody pile of parts.
But Cleo teleported.
Cleo's got something going on, though.
Wandolphin
I know I'm not here, but Cleo's got something going
is
on.
hinting at the fact that these hounds hunt after people who teleport.
Oh.
Oh, shit.
And
Is that
when
why?
Cleo teleported out of here, they came in following her scent. and
Might as
were
well call her
unable to
Siri. It's the
leave.
Great Hunt
Oh,
or the Wild Hunt.
Cleo is who knows where then? Interesting.
All I got is Eldritch Blast, and now a sentient book with
I
all
feel
the
like
secrets.
I feel like maybe the sentient book might have some power it could give you, but
I mean, I'm doing the ritual. All right, this is the best I can do.
I'm hoping that's a new patron.
No
I really
questions
do.
asked. I am trusting this book I found.
Smart. There you go.
You are drawing this ritual, and there is. You're proficient in Arcana, correct?
Yes, I am. I am
Okay.
proficient in Arcana. I
Yeah.
am.
Hell yes.
That is my forte.
hmm So you are drawing out this ritual, and it is clearly a teleportation
Oh,
formula. Lots of corners
lots
are
of
being
corners.
drawn onto the floor, and this is
He said
incredibly
that
dangerous.
the key to getting our memories back was in the Dreamlands. Is this teleportation to the Dreamlands?
Make an Arcana check
Oh,
or
shit.
Yogg-Sothory.
I'll go Arcana.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was only an 18 plus 6, so 24.
24.
Not 26 this time, 24. I'm rocking it right now with this
Yeah, no,
book.
you were rocking it.
Wendolphin and I are communing.
Yeah. A majority of this formula is clearly teleportation, but as you finish these last few strokes in the blood, there appears to be some trace of a sleep or slumber spell bound into it.
Oh.
It is quite. You would be confident in assuming that it's taking you to the Dreamlands.
How would this
Wow.
work with the fact that I'm a half elf and magic can't put me to sleep? Is this because it's intentional it'll work?
Hmm?
Wait a minute. Uh
Either way, I'm going with it. No questions
Yeah.
asked.
oh yeah, magic can't put you to sleep, but you can sleep.
I mean,
Um,
yeah.
I mean, I kind of have to sleep
I
once in
mean,
a
I'm
while.
going with it.
Yeah.
If I feel a little drowsy, I'm not going to fight it. I'm going to go with it when I activate this ritual.
Yeah, and as you finish the formulae, immediately this wave of lethargy comes over you.
All right.
Quickly, grab onto me. Grab onto the book, hold on to it, and you fall, slumping forward. And you continue to fall through the floor.
Oh.
And you fall and you start rolling down and you splash into a pool of water. And as you swim your way to the surface, you see a familiar sight. When you had last seen Ubo Sathla, you had actually come quite close to glimpsing on its form, seeing the tablet of the gods, seeing the fungus, the tendrils sitting atop of it, being supported, held together by these tablets, and around it being engulfed were these balls of these shining orbs. Don't say balls on the internet. Everyone just assumes words. these glistening orbs that are throbbing. No.
It's a couple of
So are
Are
these
there
the same
two?
orbs that we had in the dream vision a while ago, that the one god was devouring all the orbs
Hmm.
in Cleo's vision that my vision was also connected to?
These are Bokob's orbs of
Oh,
knowledge.
because she's a
Smaller,
Bakamite or
miniature.
whatever.
She's
What?
Bokobite, yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, ho, ho, ho. It's all coming together now.
As you swim to the surface, pulling the book with you, you hear in your head, Wandolphin again. Quickly, out of the water.
All right.
We are in the cave where Wandolphin discovered the methods of retrieving our memories, of splitting ourselves to avoid Ubo's trap. But more importantly, right now, you need to survive.
Okay.
And from out of a corner,
Out of a corner. Hey, I
Out of a
teleported.
corner.
What do you know? I have to
from
survive.
out of a corner, oh gosh, how do I want to present this? Currently, in your timeline, Mr. Knight and a group of skeletons have beaten the tar out of one of these Hound of Tindalos,
Mm.
and it runs into a corner and disappears. Riley,
Yeah.
you see from out of a corner in the Dreamlands this beaten, emaciated, towering dog skeleton with tendrils out of it. And it comes charging at you. Roll for initiative.
Roll for
What?
initiative. All right. We're just going for it. That is a 15.
15.
It's pretty good.
Well, I also rolled a 15.
Uh-oh.
What is you have a bonus, correct? To your dex.
Yeah, it's +4.
Okay.
So I rolled 11 +4.
So immediately, this beaten hound comes bounding out of a corner, but you are much faster.
All right. I guess I'm gonna throw my Eldritch Blast at him. I have a count of 2.
Okay.
And those are, I think they'll do fine against skeleton because of the type of damage they are.
Mhm.
All right, so
Skeletal frame. It's covered in this glistening slime, and tentacles just kind of wreathe in and out of its frame.
Okay, well the first one was a 27 to hit.
That'll hit. Jeez.
Yeah, it was a
They
19
really
+8.
should have had you around.
And then the second one was a 19 to hit.
No kidding.
That'll hit as well.
All right, let's see what damage is on these. The first one was a 10
Okay.
damage,
Mhm.
and the second one was a 4 damage. All right,
4
so
damage.
14 total.
Mhm.
That's my panic blast.
Oh, shit!
Yeah,
Sorry, I'm not there to tank for you. Not
It's
that
all right.
I can
I have
do a
AC
great
12. I
job
got
at the
this.
moment. Not that I could do a lot at the moment.
You
It's all
watch
right.
as this creature blast, boom, a tentacle comes flying off, bam! You hit it in the chest. And then you watch as the tentacle grows back out with this
What?
dent, and it begins to heal itself
What the fuck?
Oh no.
for 15 hit points.
Are you?
Oh
God
no.
Run the fuck away if you can.
And let's see.
What's
I
your,
don't have any movement abilities.
what does your buddy tell you? What is your buddy saying right
That's
now?
a 25 to hit.
A 25 to hit.
What the?
And
Oh my god! I thought it was going to be the one who got
11
murdered.
to hit. Is that a
11
hit?
11 misses, but
11 misses.
yeah, I have AC 12 right now, I think.
Oh my god!
Yeah, you're gonna die. It's fine.
Oh no.
There better be a plan for this, Kyle. Don't you friggin' dare TPK this
And-
party.
Oh, that is the plan. You guys figured it out. You
Oh,
take
God.
10 slashing damage and
Oh.
5 poison damage as one
Oh.
of these claws comes sliding out.
And it heals more damage than I did to it.
Yep.
That's no good.
What's your buddy telling you to do?
What is my buddy telling me to do?
I mean, you better do something.
Because he knows that I have to survive, and he knows what these things are.
Uh-huh.
Any advice from the book?
Burn the creatures. Set them ablaze.
Great.
Page 13, tear it in half. Unleash hell.
Okay.
This is a patron. The book is your friggin' new
The
patron.
book is now my patron.
The book is your patron.
All right.
I'm
page
hoping
13.
for this.
Let's see. Do I have time for a bonus action on that? I mean, we tied initiative. I did a attack. They hit me. Now, can I bonus action this?
We'll call
page?
this a reaction.
Reaction. All right. Cool.
Mhm.
Cool.
Come on, Riley.
Yeah. I mean, my goal is to not die. So we'll see how this goes.
I think that's everyone's goal tonight, is to just not die.
Actually.
I mean, it'd be pretty cool if I turn into a book too. That'd be pretty nice.
No, don't turn into a book.
A sentient book
It'll all come full circle.
that gets found by my next character.
Yeah, there we go.
Just got a book that randomly gives me tips. Will give me advantage on Arcana checks, I guess, for my next character.
It makes him want to start a cult, though. Of
Yeah.
followers.
While the book's in my character's possession, I have a weird book obsession. I start rambling sometimes. It's like the Ice King from Adventure Time.
Oh, God.
Start going insane a little bit.
Oh, God. And you haven't even failed any insanity checks. What the hell?
No.
You just don't care. You just want to be insane.
So I'm worried that I'm unleashing hell
What
at point
was,
blank range
Yep.
with all these dice that are coming out.
As you tear open this page, a fireball drops to the ground
Oh,
at you.
Point blank fireball. I do. I'm cool with that, I guess. Whatever.
Let's see.
I'm gonna die. I'm gonna
18,
die.
22,
You're not going to die.
28, 34, 35. Well, first of all, give me a dexterity saving throw.
I better not fail.
Drop it. He couldn't drop it. It's not somewhere that wasn't on him.
I rolled a 7.
Just-
That is all right.
So 35 damage.
35 damage, but as it explodes at your feet, the whipping of paper, like through the wind, breeze, and you only take, what is the math on that? That is
So half of 35?
17.
half of
17.
35, 17 points of fire damage.
Well, that's good because I only had 32 left. I was like, oh, if I got the 35, I'm down. All right. Well, now I'm down to 15. Next hit, then I'm dead.
Well,
And-
hopefully you blew the friggin' thing up.
Yeah, I guess. But now I have the
mean-
scent of teleportation magic on me. I have to fight these things forever.
And the hound, it's Jesus Christ. Okay.
Interesting. I guess I get
It
there.
screams in this blazing flame, and as this fireball settles down, the creature is on fire. It is your
Okay.
turn.
It's my turn.
It is your turn.
And it's still on fire.
Still on fire. And you can actually see as when it had clawed you, some of this nasty ichor had clung to your body, But in the wake of this fireball, you watch as the slime that has been on you falls off in chunks.
Oh, lucky you. Shit
Almost
sucks.
like the patron chose a spell that might be useful.
Nice.
So
Man, there was this anime when I was younger called like what, Zatch Bell or something, where this kid, like this doll-like creature, got all of his abilities from a book.
There you go.
There you go.
It's
all right,
happening now.
All right. So it's my turn. I guess can I do control flames to do some form of damage again to the creature, or make sure that the fire is stoked fully on the creature for an extra turn?
Yeah. What I'm going to have you do, well,
Good idea.
yeah, give me a charisma, proficiency charisma check. We're going to hit an armor class. And this is you just kind of goading the flames a little bit hotter on it.
I didn't do so hot. I only rolled an 11.
11, yeah. So not quite. You aren't able to cause the flames to really dig in and do more damage. However, it is on fire.
There was still just burning damage. I was hoping to make that a little bit more than just that.
Yeah.
All right.
And it takes far more damage. And again, you kind of watch as this patched skin, charred, sloughs off of it, and more new flesh underneath it continues to grow.
Fire doesn't shut that down?
Fire doesn't shut it down.
Run the fuck away.
And the creature...
Oh, I should have probably ran right then.
You have a move you haven't actually used.
Disappears.
Ah. Hey, it just noped out. Nope.
You hear the crackling of flames still in the room. This creature came from a corner. It didn't run back into a corner.
Huh.
It's invisible. Let's go a little bit meta here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, shit.
All right. So I can still hear it. I can still hear the crackling of the fire.
Mm-hmm.
I probably have disadvantage still on attacks. Guess that's nullified with 2 Eldritch Blasts. I don't know. I guess maybe, I mean, if I flee, it can just come after me again. There's corners everywhere. I feel like I just have to take it down. What does the book say? Riley is listening to the book. The book is smart. The book knows what's going on and what these creatures are.
Push the creature. It's an animal like anything else.
All right. Well, then
if you hurt it bad enough.
I'll blast it again with a couple Eldritch Blasts. I assume I get disadvantage?
Yes.
All right. Well, then the first one...
Come on.
Was a 19 to hit.
19 will hit.
Wow. That's good.
Yeah, that was on disadvantage.
Really,
right.
two good
and my
rolls.
Second Eldritch Blast is a 11.
That's a miss.
All right, so only one hits.
Mm-hmm.
What's the damage on this Eldritch Blast? 10.
Very nice.
Max roll. Woo!
Okay.
Wonder if this is the good invisibility where, I mean, from my perspective, where the next time he does something, he'll become visible again, or if it's the bad invisibility where he stays invisible even after he attacks.
Let's see.
I can probably feel the direction that the person's or that the creature's in as well. I mean, I definitely know where it's at because I hit one Eldritch Blast.
It continues to burn on top of that.
Ooh.
you hear screams and a splash into the water.
Oh no. Put itself out.
Putting itself out.
All right. I mean, I guess
Just
while it's
kinda
submerged,
see
now's a good
ripples
time
under
for
the
me to
water.
flee.
That's what
Yeah.
you want to do.
Yeah, I'll probably do that.
Yeah. You look around this cavern and there is what appears to be a pallet for resting, a small campfire area. These orbs are just kind of floating like bubbles in the air, small, tiny, but very similar to what you've seen before. The pool of water where this thing has jumped into kind of roils around a bit, and you realize that there is almost nowhere to go unless you start climbing up the walls out through a hole through the top.
Oh. Nice. So I guess I should probably kill this thing first before I try to escape. Or otherwise it'll be attacking me as I climb.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, that's good to know. Just curious, these orb things that are nearby, are they like floating or are they just hanging out on the ground? Like
it's kind of this combination. They're kind of like bubbles. There's a couple of them that have landed on the ground and are kind of jiggling up and will float up again.
And I know that these are like memories or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
As a bonus, can I just try to swallow one? See what happens. Just curiosity in this life or death fight takes one of my actions, obviously, to see if I can swallow one of these orbs to imbue its memories.
Yeah. Go ahead.
All right, let's try it. I'm gonna do this.
Roll a d10 for me.
A D10.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. A 2.
2. Okay.
I assume this is Wendelfin's memories or something. Possibly. I don't know. I would definitely take candy from strangers.
Maybe it's yours.
Maybe it is. I really hope.
Start remembering sessions.
Oh man, if I get my abilities back, then I'm totally, misty stepping or gaseous forming or something up out of this place.
You grab onto this orb, shove it into your mouth, and suddenly you stand in this cavern of which a statue of a dragon is similar how you kind of see fossilized dinosaur bones, only instead of just bones, it is the full dragon looking fossilized there. And you watch as a hand reaches out, and it's not your own, as it stares at this creature. And you look at it and you realize it appears to be a blue dragon as these sparks leap onto the fingers. And you're instantly shunted back into the world again. And you feel this crackling electricity growing in your chest.
Oh, and the thing's in the water? um, do I have the ability to shoot lightning now?
Yeah, pretty much.
Do it!
I'm gonna do it.
Do it!
Where I think the thing is at in the water, thrashing around or swimming around or whatever.
You go to unleash this energy, and your mouth forces itself open as this barrage of lightning bolts leaps out of your mouth.
I just got a breath weapon. Oh, even if it's
You're
temporary.
a drag. You're gonna turn into a dragon. That's awesome.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Who needs multi-classing? Let's just lose the class and go YOLO.
Go roll for me. Let me see.
I just have these magic orbs in this magic book that tells me pages and things.
roll 5d6, please.
5d6.
5d6.
Oh.
Not bad.
All right.
Come on, roll well.
Oh
Kill
man,
this thing.
how do I roll multiple at a time? How do I do this? Can't easily do this. All right, well, I guess I'm just gonna do it one at a time.
There is a
All right.
way, I think.
All right. 10, 16, 18.
18.
Yep.
So you do 18 lightning damage, just bombasting the water, this pool in the area. And the creature becomes visible as it's kind of rigor mortis itself. It's just kind of paralyzed, popping out of the water from this blast. And its smoking form, you watch as its body continues to knit itself back together.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
And like a hound, it bays and yips and runs into a corner and disappears. And in a battle happening around the same time, a corner hound reappears and begins to tear at Mr. Knight.
Oh, I drove
that's
it out.
Friggin', that's when he pops in. Mr. Knight knew he was in a corner and knew one was gonna friggin' drop in a. Oh yes,
That's awesome.
That
I'm so happy with that outcome right there.
That's really cool.
To save myself, I drove this thing away. Right at Mr. Knight.
Hey,
and you know what? I'm gonna collect a few of these orbs for just in case. Because that breath weapon was awesome.
Probably be different dragons then. Maybe.
I mean, they may not even all be dragons. There may be like one memory of someone taking a shit or something, you know? You never know what's going on.
You swallow the orb and you feel this weight in your pants.
Yeah. There's a serious disturbance.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, you know, guys, diarrhea is hereditary. Runs in your genes.
Oh, my God. Such a dad joke from a dad. All right.
If you're done fooling around now, we can work to regain your memories.
Nice.
Yes.
Grab that orb over there, the one floating there, and while it's a book, it can't point at anything. You're instinctually driven to, you know which orbs he's talking about.
Oh.
And we leave as
Oh, thank God.
Riley begins performing another formula, drawing shapes onto the floor. Despite not knowing, opening up a sack, pulling out a golden hourglass. Strange oils. You will remember everything, Riley.
I
And you
I
will
also
make the
snuck
right
a few
choice.
extra orbs. FYI.
Absolutely.
I'll gain my memories and others, hopefully.
That's great.
Give me give me a D4, I think.
A D4?
You know what? Give me a D6. I'll
Oh.
be nice. Give me a D6.
Okay.
I guess this is how many you're getting.
Well, I rolled a 4 on the D4 and a 6 on a D6, so I'm RNG is telling me something.
What's
You
the
have
knowledge?
6 orbs
I have
that you
6
managed
orbs.
to collect and tuck away within yourself as you begin working on this formula as Wandolfin directs you.
All right.
Anja, you are staring in a smiling Zachariah's face. Now, Miss Yeager, I'm not exactly what you would call a worldly person, but I've seen a thing or two, and after a while it just gets dull and boring. My friends and I here, we like to travel around, we like to see things happen. And it's just our luck that we happen to land on this beautiful island of Farzine while a great primordial being is trying to burst its way forth, turn everyone and petrify everyone into living mummies, while ghouls turn around and feast on everything they can. And the poor townspeople think they can fight back. Now, let's be clear, they're damn fools if they think they can do this by themselves. They cannot.
I'm listening.
I'm interesting. Oh,
Well, I know you're interesting.
uh,
Interested.
I've made a wager here against Faustina that I think you'll put up at least a good fight. Quite a bit of gold on it, in fact. The thing is, the gold doesn't really matter. I hate to lose a bet.
Don't you think there's a bit more at stake than that? Than
No.
just a bet?
Miss
You
Yeager,
don't.
I have had 3 Dreamland cats killed, 2 of whom were on their last lives because they did not want to give me information. What
Is this
makes
a
you think that I won't do the same to you?
Is this a threat?
No, Miss Yeager, no. Now,
Then what is it?
it's just me asking a few questions, Miss Yeager,
Well,
and
you
in
had.
return, I will offer my services to you.
What can you offer?
For
Are
one,
you?
a
I mean,
place to rest.
What can you?
Information.
What can you offer the fight? I think is what I'm looking for. It seems like you're not. You really don't like things the way they are now, with ghouls running the show, trying to summon forth a being that's gonna. From what I heard, it's more than one too. There's different factions trying to summon different things.
Ah, you mean the deep ones, I
Yep.
assume.
Yeah.
And this cult, the Deep Rising. How is Kellyanna doing? Or Kalina?
I don't know. I see. How do you know that? You must
I have
have ties back. You're not part of it, right?
My dear, I am a little boy who likes to stick his thumb in every pie he can.
Fair.
Suffice to say, I like to find the most delicious, and I like to enjoy eating that pie while watching something spectacular happen. Now, either Fetnathoa is going to be summoned, in which case maybe Cthulhu, his father, may follow shortly after.
Yeah.
Of course, if the followers of Fetnathoa continue to threaten you, I imagine any sort of alliance is going to be difficult between the Deep Rising and this cult. How's your mother, by the way? Have you heard from her?
I haven't heard from anybody since I got here. Anybody from the mainland.
Did you not talk to your mother before you set sail?
I
I
didn't see her.
suppose she did sell you off into a cult. Why would you talk to her?
She didn't know it was a cult.
She didn't?
Nope.
Interesting.
Took me a while to figure it out once I was even in. No, it was supposed to be a bunch of people that were supposed to help with my dreams.
Or is that what she told you?
That's what I was. Yeah, no, you're not even there. I can't react to you. This. Oh God, what the hell? Yes, that's what she was told.
Your dreams. We are full of cats, four-legged creatures. Even the Nori over there travel into the dreamlands. That's not enough to make it special for you, dear. They only told you dreams are the reason you are interesting to them?
My parents supposedly sent me there because I had really disturbing dreams. And they were supposed to help. That's what I was told. I have no idea what the actual motivation is. At least I didn't. Kalina helped me out. She overheard them talking, but she didn't. Just they wanted to use me for something. Didn't like it and helped me escape. But then I ended up here. And now I'm beginning to wonder. That wasn't by design. Although, actually, question, GM. Do I know that the cult I know the cult got blown up, right?
You know that the cult was blown up.
Yeah.
I
know.
The evening that you escaped with Kalina.
Yeah.
She took you to her uncle,
Yeah.
Pyrrhix.
Yeah.
And from there, the cult was set ablaze as the Bokabite order incinerated them.
All right, so I'll tell him this. Basically, that the night I made my escape, the Bokabite order basically went and destroyed them through fire.
It is religious types that always think so high and mighty of themselves, isn't it?
Yeah, because they think they are allied with a god. I don't think they were allied with a god per se.
Careful, you're starting to sound a bit like a ghoul yourself, dear.
Well, I'm not.
There's balance somewhere in between the gods and not believing in anything at all.
No, I agree. I mean, well, I guess I'm just not sure if these beings are considered. I get these elder ones are considered. I guess they are considered gods, right?
Yeah, primordial forces. It really just depends on which one you're talking about. Some of them are just like a slime on the wall.
Huh. Okay, so, but you said you had questions, and I don't think you have yet to actually ask Manny. So, what did you want to ask? I mean, if you
Where's
help,
the refugee camp?
I can't tell you that.
That is a shame.
Can't tell you that. I can't. How could I trust you?
Because my job is to keep secrets, Miss Yeager. And you have my guarantee that I will not divulge where the refugee camp is to anyone.
I can't.
However,
I can't say.
I suggest that your refugee camp moves a little bit quicker if they intend on attacking. Otherwise, the information is soon to be leaked to the magistrate anyway.
Would you be interested in me setting up a meeting?
Why would I care to meet them? I'm fine and comfortable here in the city. My bar is a
Curiosity. Curiosity. I am not allowed to speak because I am not the one in charge. They would have the information you're seeking. And it would be up to them to divulge it.
With their lives to go in and grab things in the city for them.
Yeah.
Maybe you are not the main leader, Miss Angie Yeager.
I'm not.
I believe you are part of it. All I wish to know is where the attack will come from, when, so that me and mine might be indoors when everything goes down.
Not planning on helping.
I don't know. Do not get dirty.
Honestly, I don't know when the attack is. We haven't planned that far. I don't know. I don't think I can probably give you an idea of what day. But if you've been paying attention, you already know what day. You're a smart guy. I bet you already know. But I don't have a time.
On his face.
I don't have a time. And I don't have a location.
Here's what I propose, Miss Yeager. I will allow you safe passage out of the city, a place to rest for the night, as short as that may be.
Hopefully it's 8 hours.
I will give you some information I think you will find pertinent.
Yeah.
You will allow my patriots, my compatriots here, to give you an inspection, and you will owe me a favor.
An inspection? What do you mean by an inspection?
Just standard affair, and you may use the room in the back if you wish. But there is something about you, Miss Yeager, that if the Deep Ones are interested in you, there must be a reason why. You're not a fish man like the redhead. And there are plenty of people who can dream. I would like to know why.
I can do more than just dream. I don't care. I'll talk about myself. I can give you that info.
Okay. Watch as he pulls out paper, pen, quill.
I doubt I'm really telling you anything that they don't already know, that my enemies, I don't know if they're enemies. Mm-hmm. The ones who want to use me. You said there were multiple people who were interested in finding me. And I assume you don't mean just the people, just the ghouls in this town that want to murder, want to hang me.
They
I'm
want
assuming-
to eat you, dear.
Well, they probably want to hang me first and then eat me. I assume you're not just talking about them, though. You said there were multiple people. So I don't think I'm giving you anything they don't already know. They know probably more about me than I do. But I can, according to Mr. Knight, I actually, in the middle of the night, I can get up and walk into the dreamland. And now I can wake up in the dreamland and be awake. I guess I'm what you would call an awakened dreamer. I'm actually working on trying to do it while I'm awake. Also, there was a golden city in the Dreamlands long ago. Time does not move the same there, as you probably know. And apparently I am the lone, well, if I'm the lone survivor, but I am a survivor of the fall of that city. That is what I know. And I suspect they might want me for my ability to walk the dreamlands, be awake. But I don't know. I really don't know.
Give me a persuasion check.
Oh, Jesus. 5 plus, which I've rolled in the last friggin' roll. 5 plus. Well, 5 plus a persuasion. 6. Fuck you, die.
Interesting, Miss Yeager.
I mean, she is telling the truth, and you know that.
Mhm.
I like she's lying to him.
Allow
that-
my 2 compatriots to inspect you. There will be no touching.
Good. I
You
don't
may
want to be
rest in the
touched.
back room, safe assured that I will not turn you over to the gods or the ghouls.
And I owe you a favor.
You will owe me a favor. Several, in fact. And we will skip forward in time a little bit. The 2 Nori, one of them has now grown 4 arms,
Oh, Jesus.
while the other one has proceeded to have one large singular arm and grows more compact. And they go into the back room. It's cramped. You are asked to strip,
Oh, goody.
and they proceed to inspect you.
I do. Did they say
Write
anything about
down
the tattoo?
tablet. Oh, they take notes on the tattoo.
Mm. Yep.
At some points, they go to prod you.
Mm. No touching.
Shying back, yeah. Spells are cast. Notes are taken. And they leave you alone.
Hey, wait. Do they talk?
Not to you.
Hey, wait. Oh, well, fine. I'll get your ass to go out on the road, go out and just basically ask. Did you find anything that I might be of interest to me? I feel like I know so little about me.
Well, Miss Yeager, it's probably more important that you survive long enough to find out more about you.
Well, I mean,
And in the interest of making sure you do, here's a bit of tidbit. There's a traitor amongst the refugee camp, and you should probably find him before he informs to the magistrate where you are and your plans.
Do you know who he is? Or do you have any clues to make it easier for us to actually find him?
I'm afraid that's all I know, Miss Yeager.
Oh, goody.
And with that,
Shit.
you are allowed to get a long rest.
Oh,
You are escorted out of the city,
to level up.
and we go to Riley.
All right.
Turn the hourglass 3 times. Swallow the oils. And chant the words. And you will regain your memories.
Nice.
Chant what words?
Whatever words you like.
Oh, okay. Whatever words come to me.
Whatever words come to you, man. I'll let you tell a little bit of story too.
Oh no, I'm not good at that. I freeze.
You're fine. You're fine.
Yeah. So what do I do with these orbs? Do I swallow them?
What orbs? Did you take orbs? You idiot. Why did you grab the orbs? Get the hell out of here. He gives you the directions to follow.
Okay.
If you follow those directions, you get your memories back.
Should I be trusting a book?
Has he led you
I mean, I
astray?
trusted the book in the first place. That's how I started this entire campaign.
It's a book. Is it gonna steer you wrong?
I mean, you know what? I'll follow through with the ritual. I won't. You know what? Can't get any worse from here. I'm stuck without climbing these walls.
I just
I got
realized
this thing that teleports and comes after me.
You just said it can't get any worse.
It can't get any worse.
You know what that usually means, right?
The worst thing that can happen is death, right?
That's well, yes. No, actually, no. There are worse things to happen to you than death.
That's all right. Riley will join and brand in the afterlife and annoy the hell out of him.
There you go.
Oh God. If that's it, we're all just gonna die, and then we're gonna play the tales of us in the afterlife and keep going back and forth.
You follow through with the
I'm
formula,
alive.
and you stand in the circle, and these small portals begin to open up. This writhing flesh is open to you, just kind of this wall of flesh in this portal.
No.
If you look, you can see tablets, stone tablets that are supporting this wall of flesh.
Can I
and
read the tablets? I know there's ramifications if I do.
Do you have what's that feat with the memory?
Well,
Do you
scholar?
have that feat or no?
Keen mind. Keen mind.
Do you have that or no?
I think so. Keen mind. Yeah.
Okay.
Features
you glance
and
at the stone tablets. You have an opportunity to read them, or at least memorize them. Go over them in your head later on.
Oh yeah.
But as this formula completes, you watch as flesh is peeled off from the body and makes its way into your face.
You're
Not into your
gold.
mouth,
Oh.
not into your nose, your eyes, your ears, all of it, all at once. This flesh sinks into your eye sockets, up your nose, into your mouth, in your ears. You go deaf, you go blind, you can't smell, you can't only taste this foul thing. You're suffocating, like being buried in the dirt, only it's writhing and moving against you.
Oh.
And your memories come back. You remember sitting in the Hazel's Folly with Nebby as she tells you about all sorts of potatoes.
I remember Nebby.
How she betrayed you. And yet the look in her eyes when she is confronted by this, the immense sorrow, and then the emptiness as her corpse is hung on the wall on the caverns underneath the Farzine stockade that you had passed through earlier this night, where you didn't even recognize her bones. You remember running into Wandolfin, the ghost, the unman in the caverns underneath. The id that Wandolfin the book himself separated himself from.
Ego. Oh, I get it now. All right.
Who was unable to protect himself fully from Ubosathla's wrath and was sent to roam the caverns, gathering more knowledge, searching, but unable to. You remember the night you struck a deal with Ubosathla, almost in a very similar way that you are doing right now. You remember the deal being offered, gather knowledge, and then giving it back to Ubosathla. And deeper than that, succumbing to Ubosathla and becoming a part of its form. You remember the utter bliss of becoming one with Ubosathla, embedding in its form. And you remember the moment when Ubosathla took all that away, took all the powers away. As it floods your mind and it gave you the understanding. Ubosathla knew what it was doing. There were wards around the ledger, around Ego, around Wandolfin, that prevents anyone who is tied deeply with Ubosathla, his minions, from coming in contact with the book. There was a purpose. Ubosathla didn't abandon you. It wanted you to find Wandolfin, and in returning Wandolfin, gain more power to return to that coveted seat. This was the plan all along. The question now, as your eyes begin to open, no longer blinded by the flesh memories of Ubosathla that he has stolen from you. As the portals close, as you're able to breathe once more, as you're able to hear once more, do you follow through with the plan? And we will end the game here tonight, guys.
All right.
Wow.
Sorry, an extra 15 minutes.
That was
but
good.
we will,
That was so good.
Oh my goodness.
Oh no.
We
So
will
it was
see you
all
guys.
a ploy to get
But
him
I
to
get
bring back
my
the
powers
waterfall?
back either way. I need to know what my
You
options
gotta
are.
pick. You gotta pick who's your daddy, is what it is.
I do. Do I
Who's
want
your
a
daddy?
book, or do I want
I mean,
something that will steal all my memories and identity?
goody me would say I would rather go with the was Wandolphin. That's just me.
I
Guys,
need to know what they both offer first.
Murder Hobo Inc. The CRED
Wow,
campaign.
that was so good.
We will see you guys in 2 weeks. There is no Margot campaign this week. There is a social one shot. Margot.
Margoo.
More goo.
All right,
Margoo.
Anja. Jager. All right. There's none of that. There is one open one shot of Socium this Saturday night. If you want to join, hit us up at Twitter or Mastodon. Just send a message, maybe at imhoboinc at gmail.com. If you want to play, it is a fun time. Again, February 11th, Murder HoboCon Cubed. Join in. The events are posted. I think you can add your own events, stuff like that. And remember, if Ubo Sothla doesn't steal your memory, to watch out for corners. And let's wave good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Adventures in Filbar. For all your role-playing needs, try the free stuff first.